Well, after all these many years of telling Oklahoma traveler stories, it's one you still ask me about. I can't believe it's been more than 3 years since I followed a maimed Oklahoma bald eagle to a new life in New Mexico. There, the Zuni Indian tribe is still at the forefront of a novel idea. Call it feather farming. In this case, with an Oklahoma flare that was set in motion in the early winter of 2001. In the winter of 2001, the bald eagle had been eating roadkill on a Pushmataha County highway. The truck driver couldn't stop on the ice, and the eagle ended up with a broken wing. To save its life, Tulsa veterinarian Paul Welch had to amputate the bird's wing. It couldn't be released back into the wild, so after Broken Arrow wildlife rehabilitators Kathy and Gary Sifter stabilized the eagle, we followed it to Zuni, New Mexico. There, it was released into the Zuni Indian tribe's one-of-a-kind flight cage and given a second chance at life.
Now, I would never be able to pick out the one that we brought. Are you able to pick out which one it is? I'm sure you are.
Yeah, it's the one in the middle.
I went back to Zuni to check on our bird and the tribe's ongoing good work in saving eagles' lives. Nelson Luna is still there caring for all of them. He looks for a hint of personality in his charges and says ours is neither dominant nor submissive. Middle of the road. She sports a purple leg band now and a name.
Since it came from Oklahoma, we just decided to give it a name of Okie.
How is she rated as a feather dropper? Pretty good?
Yeah, well, it's hard to say, but yeah, she'll molt most of them from May to September.
And molting is the reason for this whole setup. The Zuni, like many tribes, need eagle feathers for religious ceremonies, but only the federal government can distribute them. And the wait for just one feather can stretch up to 5 years.
Highly sought after feathers is the plumes.
Every day, Nelson harvests fallen feathers.
This will probably be used for a prayer offering for the moon and the sun.
Nothing's too small to pick up. Nothing's too tattered to ignore.
And our forefathers will understand that this is the only thing that we have available to us, and will accept it and hopefully honor us with our blessings.
25 eagles live here now, balds and goldens, after run-ins with power lines and cars and who knows what else.
She pretty much knows the routine.
This spring, the Sifters delivered a second Oklahoma bald eagle. It's one of those reared and released into the wild 14 years ago by Bartlesville's Sutton Avian Research Center. She was found lying on a Lake Eufaula sandbar, her head split open and her wing broken.
There you go, there's 2 fish for you.
She's a little high-strung, and that might lead to her name.
We may give it Ultoke. Ultoke is sort of like a whirlwind.
That would be fitting for Oklahoma.
Yeah, definitely.
This flight cage is a sacred place for the Zuni. We've been allowed in twice now, but other visitors are kept outside to peer through the cedar slats at birds who are considered a link between humans on Earth and those who have died.
These eagles are considered our messengers to them, who in turn honor us with the blessings that we ask them for, be it longevity of life, health, prosperity, not only for us but also for mankind.
And though this project meets just 10% of the Zuni's feather needs, they are justifiably proud of their groundbreaking work.
We'll take a bird maimed, missing an eye, whatever. We'll gladly take him in and make sure that they have another chance.
Actually, the big one was from a previous litter.
Back in Broken Arrow, the Sifters continue to care for injured wildlife. Just some possums and a Mississippi kite this day. But after that first bald eagle, 6 more have come through their backyard rehab center. So Gary's never stopped working to interest an Oklahoma tribe in the flight cage idea.
Kathy and I, there's nothing we value more than the life of wildlife. And every time we have to put a bird down, we hate it.
After other tribes turned him down, Gary's found success with the Iowa. And sometime next year, with the help of a $250,000 federal grant, their version of an eagle flight cage will rise on tribal prairie land near Perkins.
You know, we want everybody to be involved in it, everybody to have an interest in wildlife protection, conservation. Those are the things that the Iowa tribe, looked like we were going to be the leaders in, and we're glad to do that.
The Iowa are already building a bison herd, and now tribal members are being recruited to learn to care for eagles.
And to be able to protect them and to take care of them. And we're excited about learning.
Let's go over on the other side. Go on the other side. There you go.
And back in Zuni, Nelson Luna is sure the Iowa will soon feel what he feels when he's discouraged by the weight of the world and allows himself quiet time with these messengers to the beyond come to earth.
Allow their spirit to lift me back up and make me realize how privileged I am to have the honor of taking care of them. And they'll squawk at me and says, things aren't as hard as you think they are. Look at where we are. And I can really relate to it, and it says, yeah, you are right. Things aren't as bad as we think they are.
No, they never really are. The Iowa tribe is especially excited about its partnership with the OSU Veterinary College just up the highway in Stillwater, whose staff and students will help care for the raptors in the tribe's flight cage. As for the Zuni, they say they stand ready to help the Oklahoma effort any way they can. John Antonio, who oversees the program at the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service's regional headquarters out in Albuquerque, says there is still an opportunity for other Oklahoma tribes to take part.